Hi guys, welcome back. So last time I left off, I created my both my manager process and my extract and webcat processes. But what I did is if you can remember, the extract and webcat were not starting. So I scrapped them, and I'm going to go to creating a new one, and then you know go to performing an actual data replication. So and again, I already have my GGSCI window open, and I have what else do I need? I think we should be good. Yeah. So and again, so just run the command info, or if you're not sure what process you have running for your GoldenGate for your GoldenGate configuration. So what I'll do now is I'm going to add a I'm gonna add an extract process. So with extract process, basically, what you have to do is you have to come to this is the directory this is my directory for my GoldenGate software. And basically, so in this directory, I have if you're going to do that, this is where your extract files are going to be located. I'm gonna just going to basically I'm gonna use this folder for my configuration, and then this is where my files are. Replicat and my let me see. I've got in my extract file, so I need to get the script. So you know what? Okay, this is fine. But anyway, so okay, first thing you do is I just confirm that my manager process is running. As you can see, this is the manager window, right? I do have my extract file. So how I can view I can view the content from my extract file by running the edit params extract cancel extract. Okay, so pretty much this is what you should have in your file if you want to have a successful data replication. Extract is gonna be again you extract the extract name, the user ID, your user ID and the password, the remote host, the port, and then also with extract it's going to you need to again so if you this parameter, the timer parameter, this is to basically allow for your extract process to be available for a long period of time. The default is 300, and this is in seconds, by the way. So the default is 300 seconds, but I just changed it to 1800. And again, so you can in the maximum is actually 1800, so it's 1 to 1800 seconds. So you can adjust this value, based on what you're trying to do. And then so next is you're going to point to the remote trail. The remote trail, if you can remember, is just it's what it's what I'm going to it's how I'm going to basically just I'm going to point to this trail file for both my extract process and my replica process. And next you have to basically just put in DDL include map object name sender that. And I remember I created two users, the sender user and the receiver user. And then this is a parameter that I found, that basically helped me, tremendously, right? So the drop, the DB options allow no logging. Basically, it enables you to, basically go patch it to have your queries that are being submitted on the source on the source database to have those be replicated on the target database. No matter no matter if the object has logging or no logging on. So and again, so by enabling this, you're basically ensuring that that the data is going to be captured. And you put the DML um, DML and then table and then the user the user on the source database and then pointing to the and then just pointing to the object that are going to be replicated. So what I'll do is I'll just confirm my extract my extract process, and again, so the extract name is extract process name is extract one. I'm going to actually create it now, so I'm going to run add extract one, comma log, comma begin now. I just added my extract, and now I'm going to add my xshell. So it's going to be add xshell, and then for xshell, I'm going to come to my GoldenGate software location, and then I'm going to go into the that. This is where I'm going to store my xshells. Copy this path, and then paste it, and then I'm going to add the xt, and again, so it's two characters. If you can remember, I took you to how to do that on with these with instructions. Basically, you put xt for, that's going to be the child file name, and basically, and it's going to be appended, based on the number of activities that are that are being processed by the manager, and by the extract and the replica process. So basically, so it's going to be and again xt, and then you put comma, and then you put extract, and then extract one. So I just created I created both my extract and my xshell. So to confirm if I have an xshell, so xshell, there you go, my xshell is available. Extract, and also it also displays the extract. So what I'll do next is I'm also going to create my replica process. So if I run it for all, you can see my extract is stopped. So I do not have a replica yet. So I'm going to run add replicate, and replicate. And remember, the replicate, you can only assign up to 8 characters for your process name. So and again, so that's maximum of 8, and then you have to put comma xshell, and then you need to basically just use the same path that I pointed to earlier. So I should already have that copied. There you go. And then basically, let me do this. xt comma checkpoint, and then ggAdmin that checkpoint. Actually, checkpoint table. So I'm using my checkpoint table. There you go. So now if I run info all, I have my replica and my extract that are both available. Actually, let me see what are they wrong. Okay, that's fine. So what I'll do next is and also so if you can remember, also another thing that problem that you might not that I've gone through that yet, in terms of the tutorial, but you might run into a situation where your replica or your extract is not starting, and it's going to just say, okay, the login, it's going to be username and password, logon denied. So basically, how to resolve that is you just have to go into the manager file. So edit params mgr, and basically, so this is what I did. Previously, I only had this parameter, the port and the port number. So if you add these two, then basically, you stop the two processes, and then you restart them. So you stop the extract and replica. You stop the manager, you add this parameter, and then you start the manager all over again, and then you should not have that problem anymore. So and again, so I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this out. So next, what I'll do is I will actually start. Just going back to my instructions here. So I need to start. As you can see, I need to start my my extract and replica process. So this is something that I also should have really highlighted yesterday. You need to make sure that you have that you've enabled supplemental logging on your database and also false logging. So what I'll do is I will actually, before I go any further, I'm going to exit and I'm going to go into SQL Plus, and then I'm going to confirm that I have false logging. Most databases by default do not have false logging, so you definitely want to make sure that you want to enable false logging, for to make sure that you have that you're able to that the redo log are being captured for your data application. So how you do that is you confirm if your force logging is enabled by running force select force underscore logging from v $database. Sure. What do I have? There you go. So if you see no, then basically you have to just change it to yes. So and how you do that is you would just run auto database force logging, and my database is already in force logging mode. And then also you need to make sure that you have supplemental log data enabled. So what you can do is you can actually you can run auto database add supplemental log data. So if I run this command, database add supplemental log data, my database should already have that. And basically, so you make sure that you have supplemental logging enabled, and also that you have false logging enabled. Let me just scroll up to confirm something. Okay, that's fine. So basically, what I'll do next is I'm gonna get out of SQL Plus, and I'm gonna go back into my GGSCI, and then from GGSCI, I'm going to basically start my processes. And again, so just confirm that manager is up and running. Extract and replication are both off. So I will run start extract 1, and then my start extract is going to be right here. And if just remember the 18 seconds, the 1800 seconds that the configuration that I made earlier. So, and again, just be mindful of the timing for in terms of the extract process. So next, what I'll do is actually, before I do that, let me do this SQL Plus. So what I did is I have two users, right? So I have the sender and the receiver users, right? So select username from all underscore users. So I have the sender and receiver users, right? And basically, so what I'm going to do is, let me do this. Select stuff from, actually no. So just confirm it again. Sender receiver. This is the mapping for my my data application. So go back to GGSCI. Do one more thing. I need to just show you my replicate file. So basically replicate, and again, so same thing, replicate, the replicate name, and again, second parameter is assume target depth, user ID, and a password. This called file, created this manually and append 50 megabytes. DDL include all, and then this is the mapping that I was referring to, right? So I have users receiver and sender, right? So this is the mapping. Sender is going to be basically transferring data to the receiver object. So so I'm all set. And again, this is the script that you should have in your replica file for replica process. So what I'll do next is um, I'm going to start my replica. So start RP, and then there you go. So now I've started my manager, my extract, and my replica processes, right? So if I come back to this window and run and for all, then basically I have, you know, all of these processes are running. So what I'll do next is I'll actually go into my, I'm going to go into SQL Plus. And then I'm going to create an object. So create, actually just, and also another thing you want to do is, and again, so you have, so the capture process created a collector process, right? So you need to watch these two windows. If anything goes wrong, that you know they're gonna close. So just kind of get a sense of what the different what's going on internally by looking at these windows. So I'm gonna run create table, sender that table one, and then ID number, and then my second column is gonna be text, and then varchar 2 10. There you go. And then so if you look at what's going on in this window, as you just saw, it's moving, right? So basically, so here you have, okay, using click on source admin mark, okay, okay, and then if you go here at the bottom, this is what you have, okay, you have the you have a restoring process, your DDR operation. So and again, so these are the information that the operations that you're performing on the SQL Plus actually are being taking place, also taking place in these command prompts. So next, what I'll do is I'm going to actually, so if you can, as you can see, I created a table for my sender, a table for the sender user, right? But if I run describe receiver that table one, that table has been transferred over, right? So, and again, so just to show you, describe sender that table one. So basically, both the sender and receiver users have the table one table, right? So what I'll do next is I'm going to run insert into sender that table one values, and then one, and then test one. Close it, and then run it, and then commit after that. Remember to always commit. You have to commit for your data to be transferred to the from a source to a target database. And just looking at what's going on in this window, right? So basically, from the capture window, okay, so it's gonna say, okay, no logging option is detected on the table, right? But you can ignore that because actually, as you can remember, we changed the DB options to allow no logging. So basically, so the data should have been captured anyways, right? So uh, basically, and again, so just going to this, it's going to tell you, okay, it's been detected, but um, okay, it's a lot of script, right? But basically, but it says, but it may not guarantee uniqueness, right? So you might think to yourself, okay, so this is problematic. My data did not get, I did not, that was, the replication was not successful, right? But if you go into this window, uh, just if you read, and again, this window, this is for the delivery, the replica process. So again, just looking at the text, okay. So basically, using the following columns for target table receiver, table one, ID and text. So basically, this is the confirmation you're looking for. This basically, it should tell you that the replication was successful. or if it's not successful, you're gonna find out because the windows are gonna close. That and then you're gonna have to restart the processes. So if for example, if you do not have that DB options that I showed you earlier with the allow, let me actually just write it up here. The DB option with the allow, um, the DB options would allow no logging, then basically the extract process is going to fail. So this is why this parameter is very important. So basically, so okay, my my database was replicated, right? Actually, let me do that again. So let me insert test 2 and then test 2 and then commit again. So let's see. Come on. There you go. Okay. So basically and again, the data should have been transferred. So what I'll do next is I'm going to run select star from sender that table 1. And then next what I'll do is I'm going to select star from receiver that table 1. So basically I do have my data was replicated on for both my sender and my receiver users. And pretty much I'm trying to think what else I need to do. Just let me take you to the instructions. Okay, yeah. So once you've confirmed that your replication was successful, that's you have nothing else to do. But just this is gonna be more of a just so segment for the tutorial. So if you basically go into and again, so if you can remember, this is where my char file is located. So open the jar file. So you have, and again, so just take the time to go to this file, right? Not just this file, but also the different directories. So this is my jar file. It's not supposed to be in a readable form. So and again, so just get familiar, get acquainted with the different folders. So and again, PRM is where you have the different processes and the scripts. And again, so if you scroll down, you're gonna find the dump files for both the extract and the replica process, and also the manager process. And then also you can. This is a very important file. The GGS ERR. This is where your errors are going to be. This is where you find your errors. So if you get stuck, you're experiencing a GoldenGate software error, then basically just go to this file, and so it's very and again, so it's gonna tell you what's going on. It's gonna make you know it's gonna for some cases, for some situations it's gonna make some recommendations, but for others you have to figure out what the code is. So if I scroll and I find, okay, so what do I have an error? Okay, so I have an error right here, right? So error is OGG0168. If you have this, if you know what the error is, and basically you can go online and then find out what is going on. Why this this object, what a process is failing. And also, this is another thing that's very common with perform data verification. You want to other your processes are going to go to what's known as abandoning. So basically, it's just gonna it's gonna this is it just means stop. It's just more of a more of an error. It's the equivalent, of stop basically. So if your process fails, it's gonna say okay, it's gonna say abandoned. So the different values are, running, stop, or abandoned. So if it's abandoned, then basically it just means that there was an error that occurred, and you need to research it before you can restart that process. So so pretty much this is how you perform data replication using GoldenGate 11G 11G release 1. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm trying to think, because I know this is nothing. This is definitely not 12C, but actually, so this is 11G. This is the GoldenGate software 11G release 2, I think, and then same thing for the database. Database is also release is also 11G release 2. I will have a tutorial for 12C, in the coming days. And then also, I'm going to see if I can. And again, so in terms of the configurations for your GoldenGate software, right? You have multiple ways that you can configure your GoldenGate software. You can have a unidirectional, which is what I just showed you, where basically you're only pointing to you only have the you only have a source in the target database, but you can also have a bidirectional configuration where basically you have both on the source and the target database. You have the different processes that are basically that are actively communicating with each other, right? So basically for this, so this one is part, and this is an easy configuration. So basically it's just, you take from the you capture data from the source database, and then you integrate it into the target database. It's just that simple. And okay, next I will see if I can, and again, just see if I can come up with a different configuration with, maybe having a bidirectional configuration where basically I have the extract and replica processes on both my source and the target database, and basically, so you have data, going back and forth. So you can go into the target database and then write to the source database. And again, just thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.